I'm back with the next part of our Peasant to Emperor series, and last time we took the fight to the Vlandians. They were attacking the villagers, they were attacking the caravans, but we had had enough, and we had put a stop to anyone who attempted to attack the innocent. We defeated every lord we came across, and then the dreaded thing happened. The king of the Vlandians marched out and met us on the battlefield. We were about to engage in combat before an ally of his showed up. They outnumbered us 2 to 1, and I won't lie, I fled. I run for my life. We went as fast as we possibly could. We run through the trees and used our Battanian bloodline to run as fast as we could to safety. And here we are. This is where we left off. The king and his friend is outside the settlement waiting for us to leave, while I'm just kind of hoping they go somewhere. I asked whether we should just run away or whether we should actually try and take down the king, and most of you decided we should challenge the king one-on-one. Whether we can actually get him one-on-one is another thing though. We'll have to see where the other guy goes and we'll decide from there. The king is running away. Oh, there's 3 of them. Well, this isn't ideal. We have to somehow get the attention of the king without attracting the attention of the other lords. We know there's one up here somewhere and we know this one there. The king went somewhere over here. We are being followed by one of the Vlandian lords, and sadly I have lost trail of the king. The king's army is mostly cavalry, so he is pretty quick, so I'm not surprised he has managed to flee from us. I may try and ambush this guy, get rid of him. While he's here on his own, maybe we can take him out of the battle for good. Where are you going, my friend? You're in the woods now. You are in my territory. If there's one thing you should never do, it is fight a Battanian in the forest. Alright, what's going on here? I mean, we were in the middle of a forest. You saw what the world map looked like. And what did we do? We just had a quick deforestation before we decided to begin the fight. We thought we'd chat to the enemy and say, let's find the most open area in this thick forest. There's trees all around us, but we've picked the one patch where there is not a single bit of cover. Nothing. It's just empty. Here I am before the fight talking about how you should never challenge a Battanian in the forest. And this is what we have to deal with. Well, here we go, I guess. The enemy is across the battlefield from us. They're not going to charge us. They're probably going to take up a defensive position. And they're firing at us from that range, eh? Well then, we're just going to have to close the gap. I have to give a little shout out to my infantry. I haven't recruited any infantry for quite a while. These guys were with me from the very beginning when we started inside Empire territory, and they're still here, fighting by my side. The enemy are just rubbing salt in our wounds at this point. They are the ones who get to hide in the trees. You have quite a lot of ranged troops up there in the trees. I think I'm going to tell the men to form a line here, and then also form a shield wall, lads. They're going to be a bit of a pain, I think. At least until the archers arrive. And the archers have arrived. Alright, men. Unleash hell upon our enemies. Give them everything we've got. And the first enemy has fallen. And now the enemy are abandoning the trees. The cavalry is trying to flank on the side. We're just going to keep firing at the enemy infantry though. I've missed more arrows now that they're right in front of me than I did when they were in the trees. Is that cavalry going for me? Are they trying to eliminate me? I think that guy on the horse is after me. He thinks if he takes me down in battle, the rest of my men would give up. I mean, he's mistaken. These are the most loyal soldiers a man can ask for. If I fall in battle, I'm sure the men would fight till the end to avenge me. There's just cavalry running circles around us. Now, with the amount of archers we have, they should soon fall. But cavalry is always a little bit of a pain when it comes to the end of a battle. Maybe I'll just kill the man's horse. Oh, never mind, I'll kill the man. So after winning the first battle of the day, it is now time to add up our winnings. We got 4,000 in prisoners. Not the best, but not bad either. We don't have any sheep to execute this time, which is a bit of a shame because I feel like I was getting into a good rhythm. It was always ransom the prisoners, execute the sheep, sell the battle loot, and repeat. But we don't have any this time, so it's just straight to selling the battle loot. And we have dead on 8,000 gold. I guess we now continue our hunt for the king of the Vlandians. Where have you gone, my friend? Where have you gone? Well, this is not good. We found the king once again, but he has backup. Why does he always have a royal escort? I feel like we're having a bit of deja vu here. We are now stuck inside the settlement with the king and another leader pinning us inside. Every time we run into the king, he has someone with him. He's never just roaming alone. He must know that we're onto him or something. Well, buddy, now that the king's gone, where do you think you're gonna go? Into the woods, eh? Oh no, the king's back. Oh no, and he's quicker than us. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have got too cocky. Mind you, oh, never mind, they're both fleeing together. I was gonna say one of them has left. Alright, come on, king. Come into the woods with me, eh? Let's just have a little chat. And now we turn on him. Where's he gonna go? He's got nowhere to go. He's stuck in the woods with us. Up into the mountains. Go, my friend. And we've got him. We have managed to finally trap the king of the Vlandians. It is time for a peasant who had nothing, whose family got taken by raiders, who he himself was taken captive by looters multiple times. Everything stolen from him, worked his way up the ranks, and now, across the battlefield stands one of the 8 kings. It is time to show the world the might of our clan, and bring him down once and for all. It looks like the enemy are closing in the gap and are going to charge us. I mean, his army is like 90% cavalry, so it does make sense for him to be the aggressor. We're going to hide up in the trees. It will block our vision, which may cause some issues, but the idea being, if 100 horses are going to run at you, at least some of them may hit a tree, or at least may have to be funneled directly into us. That's the idea anyway. Whether it'll actually play out like that or not, I have no idea. Forward! But we're gonna have to make our stand. 100 horses are about to run on our front lines. Did I just tell the archers to make a shield wall? Alright, infantry, shield wall. Archers, get ready to fire, lads. Alright, the men have left a gap for me. I appreciate it, lads. As always, I will be on the front lines with you. The enemy cavalry are taking their time. They're trying to intimidate us by walking slowly into battle, but it's not gonna work. We're not gonna back down from a fight, and we definitely won't fear them. Alright, men, brace for impact. They're coming! Hold the lines! Oh god, the horses are just kicking straight through. Anyone we can trap on our front lines, we have to cut down. We've got them stuck now, lads. They're stuck on the trees. They're stuck on our shield wall. Just cut down anyone that moves. This is why we chose the trees. I knew it'd be chaos for the enemy. They can't hit us properly if we hug a tree. There's just no room to maneuver. Is this their shield wall versus our shield wall? Alright, lads. It is shield wall v shield wall. It is like the 10 of us versus the 5 of them. But it looks like the strategy might have been a great success. The enemy cavalry couldn't get a proper charge on us because they had to avoid the trees. It meant that their momentum was gone, And we now have a banner that once belonged to the King of the Vlandians. And there he is, defeated in battle and now our prisoner. As much as I would like to execute the guy, I'm afraid we can't. Not at least until we have become a lord for the Bannerlords. If I execute a leader now, what usually happens is most of the world ends up hating you. And well, if we want to join the Bannerlords, they may refuse our offer if the world hates us. So at least after we've joined them and swore an oath, they have to put up with us and they have no choice but to follow what I do. If I decide to take heads then so be it. But for now, we're just going to have to ransom him. The satisfaction of knowing that we defeated him anyway is good enough for me. We can ransom the prisoners for 11,500. That's already the most profitable prisoner selling we've had. And that's more like it. We have a sheep to execute. Now we can just sell the remainder of the battle loot. And that is 23,000. Plus the 11,500. That was a pretty good battle. Now what does one do? When you've taken down one of the 8 kings in the game, is there much else to do at this point? We've shown the world that we are no match. Although I have noticed I'm on foot. I think my horse died in battle, even though we jumped off its back. So I'm not entirely sure what happened to it. And we've run into another Vlandian lord. He was trying to flee from us, but he just wasn't quick enough. If we take a look at his army, it's currently 74 infantry, but 50 of those infantry are recruits. So he has literally just entered the battlefield, done a quick recruitment run, and now we're going to send him back to the infirmary. Well, this one should be fairly straightforward. Majority of the enemy shouldn't really have shields. It should be an easy cleanup. But we're just going to get this over and done with, and then we'll move on. We're still on that renown grind. We still need like 350. And now the enemy have broken formation. They're going to attempt to kill us, but it's not going to go well, I'm afraid. They're all falling one by one. I've been kicked by a horse. Well, infantry, you may as well charge. Hold on a minute. Are they trying to gang attack my men? They tried ganging up on the poor lads. But I mean, even though we only have 10 infantry, when you have like 100 archers behind them providing covering fire, I think you know you're in safe hands. And we have ourselves a quick little tournament to do just to have a little break from the war, I think. But if we can win this one, we'll need to see how many we have left to win. I don't think it was that many. I think it was less than 10 by the time we finished off last time. I think we were on about 18 wins in total. And that is another victory we can add to our total. We'll need to take a look at what we're on right now. And we are now on 19 and we are ranked 9th. Hang on a minute. Number 1 and 2 have won another tournament and they're both on 26. They were on 25 when we last saw, right? Oh man, it means we've got to now win 27 tournaments. When will it end? I swear there is someone out there just like has it in for us and is just automatically giving the AI tournament victories. They're probably not even entering them. We have to win 8 more tournaments right now, assuming they don't win any more, just to get that damn Steam achievement. We've run into a Sturgeon army laying siege to one of the Vlandian settlements, so I thought we'd just join them. There are over 1,000 of us against 700 defenders, so it's going to be a bit of a brutal fight. If I was to leave this auto-resolve, there's a good chance that the 1,000 Sturgeons would actually lose because of how brutal siege defenses are, well, siege attacks are on an auto-resolve. But if we join them and actually enter the battlefield, we may be able to minimize casualties, or we may do nothing. I won't know until we're in the battle, I guess. We're going to launch an attack on the enemy settlement with 1 battering ram and 1 siege tower. Meanwhile, the enemy have 3 catapults and a ballista. This really isn't going to end well. And the catapult fire has already begun. The first shot of the battle has already hit the tower. I have a few soldiers in this battle that are under my command. We're going to make our way to the right side of the castle because I have a feeling that the ram and the tower are both going to get taken out. And well, there goes the tower. I think the ram will soon be following. This means our only way into the settlement will be the ladders on the right. So if I get the archers into position, we're going to do all that we can. And we're just going to try and take down as many enemies off the wall as we can. We need to try and kill as many enemy crossbows on the wall as we can. Did I really just shoot that guy in the head and he's still alive? Fair play. We're in an easy spot for the enemy to shoot us right now. I am risking my men. We are archers though, so the hope is that we can fire back at the enemy at least. We're not just going to stand here and take all the incoming fire and not retaliate. But the ram did make it to the front gate. Okay, we need to lift the ladder, men. And now while the infantry begin to climb, we will step back and we will provide cover fire. Form a line, men. And kill everyone we can. There's a lot of Vlandians on top of that wall. Only having 2 towers, well, 2 towers, 2 ladders. I really don't know how we're going to get inside, if I'm completely honest with you. Hold on, are they firing at my men?
Soldier forward!
Lads, I'm going to need you to come a little bit closer. I don't want you to get hit by the enemy. Oh no, I think that catapult just crushed a few more of my men. We have made it inside on the one ladder. Oh, and he just got thrown off the wall. Oh, and he just got thrown off the ladder. Well, we did make it inside. But the enemy keep driving us out. We have no choice but to just go for it. We have to drive a gap in the Vlandian defenses. It's been a while since we've been taken down in combat, and I swear I will not fall today. I am not the same man that got taken prisoner by a looter. Oh god, we're taking heavy damage. Okay, this is more brutal than I thought. I need backup, men. I need backup. I see a few icons that look like they belong to my men. For I am getting gang attacked right now, and I can't do anything, and we have fallen in battle. Well, it looks like we were all talk and no action. I don't think I cut down anyone with my sword. We killed a few with the bow at least. But in terms of our sword, we were useless. We didn't cut through their defenses. Well, we're kind of at a really awkward stalemate at the moment. There's one enemy, but he's stuck under the stairs and the men can't seem to kill him. If we take a look at the leaderboards though, we did win the battle, but look what it cost me. 60 of my soldiers are wounded, 11 of them dead. And out of that 11, all of them are champions. Our best troop, our tier 6s, gone. We had to end the battle by retreating and telling the soldiers to launch another attack on the remaining forces because, well, we were just getting nowhere. Someone was stuck under the stairs and it would have never ended otherwise. But I think that was one of our most devastating battles since we got to this stage, and I kind of regret joining the battle. Maybe we should have just let the siege play out and then decided our next move. We probably should have just stayed as a solo lord minding our own business. And look who it is, the king himself. I wonder what kind of army he has now after we eliminated all of his cavalry. Is he running around with mostly recruits, or has he somehow got all of his soldiers back? I have no idea, but we are going to have to rest up. We have no choice but to recover. We need our army to recover, and we need to recruit new soldiers to replace the ones we lost. And the war has come to an end. The Sturgeons and Vlandians have decided to make peace. I guess this means our time with Sturgia has come to an end. We are going to end our contract as we're no longer needed. We're not at war with anyone, we have no purpose. So once again, we must set out on an adventure and find out what our next step is. I have no idea where we're going to go, who we're going to join. I have no idea of anything going forward right now. One thing I do know, we do need to recruit some soldiers. So first thing, we will be heading back to Battanian territory, and I'm going to get myself some new archers. But after that, I have no idea. If we take a look at the clan, we've actually managed to earn our way up to 310 renown. We did have to earn about 200 in total, so the fact that we've managed to get it down to the last 40 is pretty good. We're averaging about 10 renown a fight every time we solo one of the enemy lords. When we do a siege like that, we don't really earn as much. When we took down the king, I believe we earned about 20 to 25 renown. So yeah, we're looking at about 4 more fights if we can find someone to serve and actually take down some proper lords. And then once we're tier 3, who knows what we're going to do then. It means our party size will probably go up to about 140, give or take. But where do we go from here now? What do we do next? Do we finally become a lord and settle down and start helping a kingdom properly expand? Do we stay as a mercenary, continuing to build up our wealth? I have no idea. Majority of the money we made as a mercenary was from defeating enemy lords, so it wasn't even from our mercenary contract. It was literally just ransoming and battle loot. So we've probably outgrown our mercenary contract, especially with how expensive our party is. We would need a lot of influence in order to earn a profit from the contract at least. But that is all we're going to have time for now, but we can be proud that we finally took down one of the 8 kings. But as always, a big thank you to the channel members for your continued support, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya.